This isn't a midlife crisis. This is a midlife reset. Backroads, business, building the next chapter. This is life at 50-ish. Welcome, life at 50-ish. Scott.
Joe?
Man, it's been a week already. Time flies, don't it?
Yeah, we're on our second to last day for the week. Feels like it's been about 3 weeks.
It does. It's been busy. Been real busy. What kind of stuff you had going on?
This one's just been first real bits of solid staying spring. Lots
Yep.
of garden stuff for me. Just kind of same old, same old. You've had a much busier week.
I've had a busy week. So went to Indiana last weekend, and
Came back with toys.
well, I didn't come back with them.
You have to go get them now.
I've got to go get them.
You came back with the titles to toys.
Right.
And the claims on toys.
Right. Went up there to open up a pool. Got that done.
Bonus.
Then, like my wife said, my in-laws had us dig a hole so we could fill up this hole. It was one of those. It wasn't that bad. They had a lot of stuff that they needed done, and my wife's father is kind of it's been a rough year on him.
Yeah.
Kneecap problems, tore his quad off, all kinds
That's
of stuff. So
yeah.
Totally
Understandable.
more than happy to go up there and help them. They've been really good to us.
Totally understandable.
So, in the process of all that, though, I ended up buying a truck, a boat, a bush hog, a discus, a tiller, and one of those cargo racks that you slide into your receiver hitch.
Yep.
Bought all that, and I got to go get all that this weekend
And then sell it.
and then sell it.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Um,
well,
yeah,
it's doing him a favor,
It is.
and it will hopefully do you a favor.
Yeah.
My problem is if I did something like that, it'd be a project that followed me home.
Well,
And you might have one.
I'm
of those.
struggling with that because I really kind of in my heart I kind of don't want to get rid of the truck or the boat.
Oh, the boat's easy. The boat's gone.
Well, yes and no, but for me it's like I like to fish. I've always wanted to fish a boat. I got one. I haven't been able to use it like I want to, but now that it'd be nice to keep. And plus, it's my wife would probably say it doesn't matter to her, which it might not. But it was theirs when she was a child too, so she's got memories on it.
Yeah.
So kind of like the truck. Every time I hear stories, it's about this boat and this truck going to Michigan, and camping in the truck or being on the boat water skiing.
Yeah, it's
and
got
that kind of
some,
stuff. So it's got memories.
It's got
there.
sentimental value.
Right. So I'm kind of torn. Like I'm probably more of a softie than I should be, and that kind of stuff matters to me. I don't know why, but it does.
I've found myself as I got a little bit older, I've become a little more ruthless with that.
Look, I could be ruthless with a lot of things, but when it comes to happy memories, I think those should be loved, and you kind of preserve them. And if you can keep a couple things to preserve them,
Oh yeah, it
I'm all for
depends what it is. I kind of have something like that in my project car,
Mhm.
but I've gotten really ruthless with it now because I'm taking a good hard look at it,
Right.
and it is either going to be 100% repaired or it's going to be gone, because it's just at that point. I have found that for me, the memory part of it is not attached to the thing.
Right.
So I kind of I was a little bit slow on the pickup of that. I always thought I was going to hand down this heirloom, which was my intent, but the kids really aren't interested in the things that I was interested in.
Right.
It's kind of like motorcycles. We bought V-twins, or I should say, a long time ago I bought a V-twin when it was a choice of a V-twin or a V-twin, if you wanted a cruiser. Now everybody's doing parallels. So it's kind of like that with the cars. Like I'm one of those V8 rear-wheel drive guys.
Right.
My kids like turbo front-wheel drive.
I gotcha. So I got to stop you because it's completely off topic. But Joe, what's going on, man?
Not a
Where's
whole lot.
where's the blue bottle?
That one,
Where's the blue bottle?
the blue bottle has the day off. That one has the day off. I actually left that this morning at the house for the first time in like probably 2 years. I left it over at the house because I started to, but they get gross. So I
Right.
bleached it last night.
Mhm.
And I figured, well, it should be done in the morning. I dumped it out, it wasn't quite done, so I re-bleached it. And I didn't think another word of, didn't think about it again. And I'm coming to work, and I didn't think I needed to grab a Nalgene because it's being bleached. So I'm without a Nalgene, and I got this awesome plastic cup coming.
It's wonderful.
It is. It's a
wonderful.
gorgeous cup. It's
It
it's
is.
a phenomenal one-time use.
Yes.
But
I've got Yeti.
yep.
I received that as a Christmas gift. 12, 13, 14 years ago. 2000,
But see, there's memories of it.
2013
Yeah.
is when I got that. So I've had it 13 years.
That's paid for itself 100 times over.
Yeah, and I mean he goes everywhere with me. At one point in time, I had even done on Instagram back when I had a personal social media. I would do adventures of the Yeti. So and he's got a dirty mouth, and me and my wife kind of play like he's a real person. She's like, you better watch, he's gonna get mad. So you would believe the amount of stress that it causes me when I can't find Yeti.
Oh yeah.
I lost him for a week.
See, I know exactly where mine is. Now, if you really want to make this sad, I've been an Nalgene user since, let's put it this way, I got out of the Navy in 2008. I went in 1999. In 1999, I had a 10-year-old Nalgene bottle then. So I've been a Nalgene user forever. I've got probably half a dozen of these bottles.
Right.
Ones that were bought for the kids and everything else. The blue one's up in rotation. Its rotation isn't up yet.
Right.
I'll pick. I might get the orange one or the yellow one next, but it wasn't its turn.
I don't know, man. I mean, the blue one.
The blue one's
kind of a
iconic
fixture
now.
now.
It's kind of iconic.
It belongs here with Yeti.
It
so,
kind of does.
Yeah.
He's got lots of siblings though.
Well, he's the star, so that's
Yeah.
we gotta keep him coming.
Oh yeah, they'll be back.
But yeah, I lost Yeti for like a week, and
That's not fun.
it's not.
You can't just go buy a new one either. 'Cause it's not the
No,
same.
I had training that week, and the last thing I remember doing was sitting Yeti on top of my car, on top of my light bar, and I went to leave. And I left. I got all the way home, and maybe an hour or so later, I'm like, "Where's Yeti?" My wife's like, "I don't know where he's at." I went all over. I went through the car. I drove my truck all the way back out there to the train. I looked everywhere for him. Never could find him. A week later, you know where I found him? I had set him on my push bar in my car. And I never once looked on my push bar. I walked by it 100 times.
And
never
it lasted a week on the push bar.
lasted a week on
That's
the push bar.
insane.
So he's been around the country, and he's had some adventures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the blue Nalgene has been with me on Shades in Indiana, Shade State Park.
mhm.
Been through Turkey Run, been up to Mammoth Cave. Been all
Yeah.
over.
He's flown into Wisconsin. He's been to Philly, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee. He's been to Wyoming. He's been to the top of the Bighorn Mountains. He's been in North Dakota. He's been in the coal mine in North Dakota.
Heck yeah.
He's had quite the traveling experience.
Funny how we're talking about getting ruthless about an object and we get
Right, it is right here. So I mean, I love my cup. There's others I have at home, and I can't use them.
It's like I used to be pretty agnostic about them, but it's like I'm used to for me it's like I'm used to looking for the blue
Right.
bottle when I leave.
Okay, so you think this comes with old age? I mean, seriously,
Maybe.
because as we get older, we get into a comfort
Well,
zone.
there's a habit for things, and for me it's a
Right.
visual cue. Because I know to scan for that blue thing sticking up by where I can hear where my computer sits.
Right.
If I'm at home, it's the blue thing sticking up where my spot at the kitchen table is.
Right.
Because that way I just look for the blue, and if it's there, I have to go grab it.
Right.
But for me, it's a hack. It's like a life hack.
Right.
That's where my keys sit. Because like today, I brought the truck in because supposedly it's going to rain at 5.
It was now. In
It's
all due
sprinkled
fairness,
early.
it sprinkled a little bit earlier. If I would have rode in today, it would have rained.
Well,
Guaranteed.
I think it's going to be the heavier going home. Now, we do got those rare misses where it totally misses and they
Like
could be
yesterday?
off by about an hour. But this one, like they were saying that we could get this kind of stuff that slicks up the road pretty fast. And what I find in that is when they say that the roads could get slick really fast, you get that mist that comes up. Have you ever been in the car
Yeah.
and seen the motorcycle in front when that rain comes
Oh,
down? All of a sudden you can't see the
Can't see the
motorcycle
bike
in
no
front.
more. Right.
Well, I think yours is probably no better than mine. I've seen a couple accidents on the way home in the dry, so I'm a little more careful with that.
Yeah, I understand. completely.
It stretches my riding season out. Casts aren't cool.
Exactly, and it's I went a long time without riding. I grew up riding dirt bikes and four wheelers, and snowmobiles, and doing that kind of stuff. But once I moved out of the house, that stuff quit. Then, 2007, I told you I bought that little Go Faster bike and
Yeah.
had it for a few months, but I haven't rode in at that point 18 years until I got this bike now. So I'm still maybe what you could say overly cautious about riding.
Well, I think there's something that there comes a point. I actually had somebody ask me today how many speeding tickets I got, or when's my last speeding ticket. I had to stop and think about it. I think the last time I got a warning ticket was 1997. But it's, in all honesty, when I was doing my Go Fast stuff, I'm not going to mention what I had because I'm not getting any manufacturer in trouble, but the speedometer stopped at 120 and it had 5 speeds.
Right.
It buried in the middle of third and I was cruising in the top of 5 most of the time.
Yeah.
So
It's-
I was in
it's
the do not
easy to
pursue
do.
category.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I did see some ambulances called up
you're
ahead.
in the radio. So
Yeah, I saw a couple ambulances that were staged at exits when I was coming off the interstate. And I don't know if that was because that's where they're sitting or if that was a call-in.
right.
But I've always been of the mind, if you're going to do something stupid, don't do it in amateur hour.
Yeah. No, I
But when I
agree.
said that, I was like, cause like if I'm going to speed, I'm doing something like that. I don't have the equipment to do that, and I don't have the need to go that fast. I'm certainly not going to be in that
Man.
middle category.
I was addicted to speed, and to be quite honest with you, I still am. But I keep myself out of things that go fast.
Well, for mine, it's if I'm going to be in that group, I want to be in the top tier of that group.
Right.
I mean, I had a discussion with, I was asked to go ride with a group, and they said they're going to do 95 miles an hour wheel to wheel down the interstate. First off, yeah, right, okay, whatever. But then I'm like, I'm not playing an amateur hour. I'm like, if we're going to do this,
Let's do
I'm
it.
like, I'm going to bring something proper, and we're looking at $1.30 or so, and we're going to hold that for 2 or so hours.
Right.
We're not going to be stopping every 15 minutes and pretending we went fast. If you want to make time, we're going to make time. And we are going to exceed that 120 mark. So get your stuff ready. Put on a latex suit if you have to so you feel fast, and let's go. I will go get the tool for this if that's what we want to do. And all of a sudden, everybody kind of shrinks down because I think reality hits. I don't think that we change when we get a little bit older. And this goes for like finding the same blue bottle or being honest about what you're going to do. If we're going to do that, we're going to do it. Let's
This is
do
true.
this thing.
Right.
And let's not be caught with the amateurs and the paddlers being stupid.
Right.
Let's go. If we're going to be dumb, let's be professionally dumb.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy that's sitting there in traction telling people, don't speed now, kids. I'm going to be a human crayon at that
Right.
point.
I'm with you. With our age, we've got plenty of experience on how to be professionally stupid.
That's right.
So
That's right. If you're going to do it, if you're going to be stupid, commit to the bit.
exactly.
Just don't hurt nobody else. I mean, and we're talking about a closed
Right.
road circuit, of course.
Of course.
Now,
Maybe,
we're
maybe
not
the
gonna-
Autobahn. Let's take a trip.
Yeah, the Autobahn I've actually heard is kind of slow.
I've never been on it. I don't know.
I know.
I know
just
that's where
heard.
they-
I don't
they test
know,
a lot
but
of
it'd be
vehicles
interesting. They do. Well, they do that. That's actually the Nuremberg track. Autobahn, from what I've been told, Autobahn just means the same thing as interstate to us.
Right, it is, but
But I think they just have.
it's wider, it's straighter, and
Yep.
there's no speed limit on it.
So you lost me at straighter. Curves.
Curves are fun, but if you're just trying to get someplace in a quick, fast hurry, a straight line and to the floor is where it goes.
Yeah, I just I fall asleep on a straight line. I like my.
Well, you know what?
curves.
Nowadays these cars will drive themselves. So all you gotta do is just sit the cruise
Yeah.
and take a nap.
Well, I've got a funny story about that one. My old one, my old car right now, the one that I kind of poke fun at, my old Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
When I moved here from Indiana, my wife drives. Like, she sets her speed fast, and we get along with the interstate. I don't know if you've been on 65 recently, like as you go, once you clear Louisville,
Yeah,
it picks up.
it does. Yeah, it does.
So I think when I locked my cruise control, it was, let's just say it was a little bit higher than what cars are usually meant to be locked at, but I was keeping with traffic.
Yeah, well,
It
you're
dawned
running
on me
85,
that
90 mile an hour all day long.
Well, it dawned on me that I went from where the traffic broke in Louisville till I got off from Scottsville without my cruise control braking at all, going through the mountains and everything else, in a 30-year-old car that's had at that point had less than $300 of care and 10 years put into it.
Yeah.
And that's the state of the state now. It's got some dry rot on hoses and that.
So where you how? Let's talk about this car a little bit. A lot of people. Well, I don't think we've ever talked about it on
No.
here. But you have, is it a 94? Is that
Yeah,
what it is? So it's a
94.
94 Mercury Cougar.
That Aerobird era.
So tell us about it. Is that the turbo or are you doing a
Oh,
swap?
it's
What are
not
you
a
doing?
turbo. It's a straight. It's just a V8 rear-wheel drive done. It's not the Super Kitty. It's no forced induction, no turbo. It's just a 4.6 taxi cab V8 with a couple little tweaks done to it.
So
So
what's-
it's a 15-second car all day long, with the competition stereo in it and the air conditioning running, which is slow because everybody's got a 10-second car, till my 15-second car walks all over them.
So what's the goal for this car? What
When
you
I
said you wanted
originally-
to build it to be a heirloom and
Well,
pass it down.
that was the original thought, which, with the kids not interested in it, that changes the scope a little bit. So like I've always liked resto mods, but that's a little bit new to be a resto mod. But I think this could be your next generation. It's an antique car, literally next year or this year.
No, antique is 25 years.
Yeah, it's older than that. It's
So
94.
it's already.
Yeah,
antique.
so it's been due for antique plates and stuff. But my thought on it, if I change a couple of hoses right now on it, I can pretty much drive it coast to coast. So my thought is it's getting time to refresh the engine. Just because it's not, the engine, by the way, runs factory compression and everything yet, no problem. The problem is they had these hyper-eutectic connecting rods in them, and they're made from crucible steels. They've only got so long of a service life before they molecularly age out, and that's
Right.
where it's at. So if I get on it really hard, I stand a chance of causing fractures.
Right.
So my thought was, I'll treat myself, and I'm looking at just a common club build engine on it. Nothing fancy. It'll still be a 4.6. I'll probably bore it out just a little bit more. I'll try to get it closer to like a 330 maybe.
Right.
It's about a 289 now to go inches. But other than that, I've got a lightly modified transmission and a one-piece drive shaft. I'll put some taller gears in it. But I have working air conditioning, 8-way power leather seats. I have one-touch power windows put in all the way down. The car could originally have a phone in it, so it's got a molded in place for a dash, in the
Yeah,
microphone for a dash.
You gotta love those old phones. Was it the back phone? Is that what it was?
It actually had one. It has the mounting for one of those. You can
Yeah.
actually put in. The wires are all there. It wasn't an option in that car, so I don't have a silly dial pad in it. It's everything I want and nothing that I don't.
Right.
I got a retro stereo in it. I'm looking to change the head unit, but it's single DIN, so I might put a double DIN in there. Depends how fancy I want to be on the dash.
I mean, you can keep it a single DIN and just get one of those what they call a floating screen.
Yeah, it wouldn't look right in there. Everything's got to be nice and in the dash,
I got
complete.
you.
What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to build a custom computer to put in there. I'll just put my tuners on it.
Yeah, you've told me about that.
Yeah, it's just the debate, but like the car has the typical up north rust. I have all of the cosmetic panels to fix it.
Right.
I have all of the extra glass and whatnot to put in and get ready for paint.
And so this, like I said, one of the things I acquired this past weekend and I have to go pick up this weekend is a 92 GMC.
Another antique.
Yes, single cab long bed. Oh, excuse me, I'm kind of tired. But I gotta go pick it up, and it's got the rust on the kicker panel down on the passenger
Yep.
side door.
And that's always worse than
Always.
it looks. Like I know on
No,
mine
this
it was.
this was ate up. I'll take pictures and send it to
Yeah.
you. It's ate up, but it's got a golf ball size rust spot in the cab corner behind the driver. Other than that, though, that's about all the rust I've seen. And it's got the 4.3 V6. It's a
Which is a great engine.
And it's a Jasper crate engine, so it's newer. And
Yeah, it's going to be good. Jasper's, they're OEM for all
Right.
intents and purposes.
So, I mean, I'm not going to talk about what I pay for all this stuff, but I got a deal, And if I can make up the money I have to spend and some more that I need to make up on the other stuff, then I may very well keep the truck.
Oh yeah.
You know.
But that's like me with that car. I've kicked around. Like I almost let it go to the club once before, and then my wife mentioned how much she liked her old Mercury. So I'm like, all right, brand affinity.
Right.
So and it's one of those things. Like these things are all money pits.
Right.
If you've ever seen,
Woo.
like the way a project car works is imagine a vending machine that you just
Mhm.
keep putting money into. You don't know what's going to come out, but what you do know is it's not going to be worth money you put in.
Right.
That's a project. I don't care if that's a bike, car, or a boat. That's what it is.
Or a truck that a 16-year-old drives.
Well, I'm just I'm lumping that in with cars. But
Speaking
But yeah.
of which, dude still hasn't started on that thing yet. But to
Oh,
be
he'll-
honest
he'll
with
get
you,
there.
he'll get there. I'm not really too awfully worried about it. You know, it is what it is. I'm just happy that I found somebody who's going to be able to do it for a reasonable price because I don't have any way to do it myself.
see, I'm at that where if I'm going to do mine, I have to pay for a lift.
Yeah.
Because, quite frankly, I've pulled the engines on those MN12 cars before. It's not the end of the world, but I so much prefer to unbolt the trans-cross member, drop the drive shaft, pull all the cables, and just drop the entire front end out from under it
Yeah.
with the engine and all in it.
Yeah.
So much easier. Just lift the car off it and go.
No, I get you. But I mean, even if let's just say I had an engine hoist, I don't have the room in my garage to be able to do something like that.
Oh, I got too much
So-
other stuff going on in the garage. Like I can't even entertain the idea of painting bike panels in the garage right now. And it's not that it's overcrowded. I just have a lot going on in there.
Oh, mine's overcrowded.
Oh.
I've got a dirt bike taken into pieces. I've got my bike in there, a four-wheeler, the wife's car, and two big toolboxes along with workbenches and shelvings on the
See,
other
I've
side.
got my tools condensed down to one Pelican case and my rolling tool chest, and that's
Yeah.
it. I'm good. I got a few things hanging on the wall that are common use.
Yeah, I mean, I've got weed eater and.
Oh, I
blower.
have the yard tools and stuff up there, but I'm blessed with a big garage. And if I have my way, I'll build a much bigger one. but-
When can you ever have a big enough garage?
Well, I have pole barns I consider turning into garages, but digging out the second floor of them is tough.
So you already have pole barns on
Two.
your property?
Two of them.
I would be using those already.
Dirt floors, and you can't put a hoist in there. I'm not gonna deal with the dirt floors. I don't mind storing things like the lawn tractor in there and stuff.
I mean, you can get concrete poured.
I can actually go with fresh cut hardwood 4x4s for significantly less than concrete if I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But my thought on that one is I'm just going to cut down on the amount of stuff because I would rather spend that on putting a hoist in my 3,000 PSI floor I have in my garage.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, it's just, that's where there's going to be better money spent. I'll put in at least a 2-post rather than have a 4-post lift. I would much rather have that. I think the 2-post in my case is going to be smarter though because that would help me drop that whole front suspension.
Yeah, that's true.
But I also want a bike lift. I have all these wants. So my thought is I'm going to probably pay somebody to do the work on the car, which then opens me up into having it back half, which will give me access to change out my fuel pump really easy on a professionally cut panel so there's no more dropping the tank. That leaves me room to change the tank out a little bit. I want to go to a fuel cell in there so I have room to run the exhaust the way I want to run it and tuck it a little tighter. That'll open me up to being able to put my long tube headers on it. And what I'd be looking at is everything, and I don't believe in sunk cost fallacy. I've gotten every penny out of that car I put into it and then some. So when I go to do this, I'm looking at what do I have at the end for the money in.
Right.
I will be $12,000, $13,000, and if I farmed every single thing out to a car that's sitting at somewhere around 400 horsepower naturally aspirated with a completely built transmission that's already sitting for free in my garage with a Marauder torque converter and a lighter flywheel,
Right.
a true custom exhaust running in Flowmaster and custom bends, a leather interior, and an award-winning stereo system. Where are you going to find that?
Kentucky.
Yeah, they don't make them like that no more. Not at that price point. They make plenty of good stuff,
Right.
but man, they know what they got.
And speaking of exhaust, I have been fighting this battle with a certain 16-year-old about wanting to. He wants to cut the cats off. cut the cats off.
Mhm.
In
Well, because
every-
that's bar stool
Yeah,
engineering.
I know. Well, he called me up today, and I told him about a week ago. I said, "You can do whatever you want to the exhaust." I said, "But here's the thing. I'm not putting another penny into that truck. Nothing else. If you break it, you kill it, you're fixing it. Because I'm not putting another cent into it. Period." Well, he called me today. He's like, "Well, would you care if I put high flow cats on it?" I said, "Bud, I told you, do whatever you want to, but I'm not paying for anything. I'm done."
That includes I'm not paying for the new sensors.
Nope.
The reprogramming that's going to take.
Nope, I'm not paying for anything. So we'll see what he does, you know. And with this LS engine going into it, I mean, I guess now's the time to do it, but I'm not doing it.
No.
I've put all the money in this truck I'm going to.
Even with the
and then
LS
some.
engine, there's something that a lot of people don't understand. They want to cut the cats off because way back, now in like 75 to about 80, cutting off the cats netted you a lot of performance.
Yeah.
Because when they did that, what they do, they stuck the cats on, and then they went really small, and they had a lot of back pressure, and it really detuned the engine.
Right.
Now, if you just cut the cats off, it felt like it revved up a little quicker because it did, but it didn't do much.
Right.
Once you did your timing bumps and stuff and brought it back and richened it up, it would flow again. And you actually saw something. But after about 1980, that era was over.
Yeah. Now the only thing you're doing, I mean, you can do more harm cutting the cats off. Than
Oh
you
yeah,
can do
because
good.
back pressure's a thing.
Yep.
And modern mufflers are great at scavenging.
Yep. Exactly.
It's not
and
glass packs anymore.
You're cutting the cats off. All you're doing is you're making it louder,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But you're not going to. They say you can gain a few horsepower. I don't believe it. I think
You
you're
can
gonna,
gain it on the dyno, but you lose the torque and you move the horsepower and torque curves.
Right.
It falls out of usable. Everybody's like, you got a lot of spec sheet warriors out there that got proof of what they're saying. What I don't ever look at peak horsepower or peak torque. What I look to see is that the horsepower peaks under the peak torque. I want to see the torque go flat before the horsepower finishes.
Right.
I want to see that because that's telling me I'm tuned right there. The other thing I'm looking at 0 to 60, 60 to 80, and then 60 to 0. Those are the numbers I care about. Quarter mile's kind of cool in there, but I don't really care about that because I'm not going to race it. And a lot of modern vehicles are actually governed, so they hit the governor long before they hit the quarter mile.
But this isn't a car. This is a 96 Z71 with a 6-inch lift running 35-inch tires. I'm not worried about what it's going to run in a
Oh
quarter
no,
mile.
0 to 60 is still important, but in relative to being a truck.
Yeah, we're talking 0 to 60 in 8 seconds,
Yeah,
9.
which for something like that is
It
pretty
is
good.
pretty good.
But we care about that because that's merge.
Right.
So hence, it matters. But you start messing with that back pressure, messing with the torque curve, that number gets worse.
It does. But what do I know?
And when you're talking 8 seconds to merge onto the freeway, that's a well-timed ramp.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hopefully you're not hitting the ramp at 0, but that number is the number we can quantify, and we know what that looks like on an on-ramp.
Right. So, but anyways, I mean that's going on. Like I said,
yeah.
you do whatever you want to, but break it again. I'm not fixing it.
No, exactly. It's like I told you what to do. I gave you a plan. You're not going to follow the plan. It's on you.
Yep. So, but yeah,
Absolutely.
it's that's cars anyways, and now I got to start on this. I'm on this truck I bought for my father-in-law. I think I'm just gonna paint it's got the steel.
Yeah, the
steelies
steelies on it.
So I'm gonna paint the steelies, and I bought some GMC center caps.
Yeah.
Off of eBay today, and I'm just gonna stick those on there. So they're chrome with little black and red
It
GMC.
finishes the wheel.
It does. It's gonna look
Yeah.
pretty good. So it's gonna look a lot better than what the Steelers do now.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. As far as anything else goes, I don't know if I'm gonna. Just depends. Just depends on if I'm selling this or keeping it.
Yeah, you have to go by feel.
Yep.
And for me, it's like I want function first.
Yep.
Um,
But with
even-
this, with this truck, it'd be like, I mean, honestly, if I had a farm, this would be a farm truck.
Oh, yeah.
It'd just be the one I just drove around,
Well, and I've got about what you'd consider the farm truck for my daily now, but it's going to the body shop.
Right.
And when I have it done, like I'm taking it over to one school or another, I'm gonna let the guys do the equivalent of a color change on. I'm just gonna have it. It's red. I'm gonna have it painted back to satin red. They'll be there. I'll let them make the call if they want to build a bed for it with permawood and steel on the side, so I can put the wife's 3-wheel Can-Am on there if I needed to. Because like, my bike's no problem. I've never had a trailer any of them, but sure be a cool idea to.
Would be.
I'll never do it. I have one of my core tenants. Like if I ever had a sticker for my motorcycle philosophy, it would say no trailers. I'm sorry. Like if you're trailing it, I have nothing but pity for you, and I want to laugh.
Depends on the circumstance, though.
Well, there is no circumstance.
There
that
is. If
justifies
you're having a move and you got the back of your truck loaded down and you got your bike on a trailer and everything around the bike is loaded down with stuff you're moving too.
See, I found a better way around that. I rode mine down and rode back with the wife.
Yeah, well, it could be one of those situations where it's not going to be
Yeah.
a wife available.
There's that one in a million
There-
shot like that.
there's
But there's
always
no
a
reason to own a
possibility.
trailer. In that situation, like when I brought my second one, I used a U-Haul one way.
Yeah.
And that was just because I happened to be there by myself and had didn't feel like loading it fully in the back of my truck. But I'll never own a trailer for a bike.
Yeah. No, I mean, I won't either.
No, never. It's no trailers. Like if
I-
if I ever get
I
that
need
motorcycle
trailers.
podcast going, no trailers will be part of the name.
Yeah. I mean, I could use a trailer this weekend.
Yeah, I won't even.
But-
I if I have one, people want me to use it for stuff. I'm not doing it.
I've got one, but people don't want me to use it. 'Cause
Nope, it's-
not many people know that I have it.
Mine's just a not doing it.
Right. So,
But no, that's one of my core things. Like I don't. Like I just don't.
I got you. So, well, how you been feeling, man?
I've been
you
good.
Have you made it back to the gym? Doing
I
okay?
haven't had to. It's been yard. You know, I've been out in the yard and stuff like that. I don't record steps or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we've been getting rid of old structures. We've been putting up new structures. Been digging out the garden.
Right.
The tail of the tape is looking good. I haven't put a battery in the scale yet because I don't particularly care in the summer.
Right.
I'm not trying to bulk. I'm not trying to lose. I'm just trying to not be in pain. So like I've been focused way more on flexibility and stretch out, and that's been doing wonders.
I have never ever been flexible, ever.
It's sort of like anchovies. It's an acquired taste. I don't like anchovies. I don't like doing flex exercises, but man, I like the results.
Even when I was a kid, I was not flexible. You remember how we used to do the presidential fitness test?
Yeah.
I was that kid who couldn't touch the box, and I was as skinny as a rail,
See,
but I couldn't do it.
At first, I couldn't touch my toes, so I actually went, and yoga wasn't the big deal back then, but there was like the ladies' workout thing.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to some of the girls in school that were wanting to do cheerleading, and I learned how to be flexible, and I took orders from a girl, and I got it. It was a cool way to talk to girls. It never went anywhere, but I was the cool enough to go talk to the girls. And what I
Right.
found out later, I thought that was a massive misstep because it didn't really lead to anything. But I did get more flexible,
Oh,
and
there
I
you go.
did make some lifetime friends out of it.
There you
And
go.
I think inherently that made me cooler than the other kids in my class that told stories about the girls but didn't really have the guts to talk to them.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
For me, it wasn't like, oh, look at me, I'm so brash and brave. It was like, dude, I really need to be able to touch my toes, and they can, he can't.
I tried, and I never could. Even in the Army, never could. It just wasn't in me. You know. Now my arms, I could take my arm and scratch the middle of my back, but as far as like trying to stretch my legs and
See,
stuff,
I looked at, like, later on in life, I found a couple of guys that did yoga, and one of them, like, you could easily start picking on guys like this until you realize that the guy that was pushing for people to do yoga, he was doing that on the ship to help people achieve fitness, and what he was rolling into off the ship was being a Muay Thai instructor.
yeah.
So, like, you can call him whatever you want. I mean, he's about 60 now, and I'm not getting in the octagon with him.
Right.
I'm just not. I've seen what he can do. But I discovered that, and at one point, up until very recently, actually, I could sit down cross-legged Indian style and stand back up without using my hands. I want that back.
And
Function.
I agree with you. And just a couple of years ago, I was able to do that, but I've put on too much weight. So my wife and I both are going back to the gym, and I've started taking my supplements again to help
And
me.
it's feeling good, right?
Dude, I'm miserable.
All right. Oh, are you getting like keto flu?
I am miserable, dude. I am. I'm tired. I can't sleep. Supplements make you pee everything in your body.
Oh,
out.
yeah.
So I'm up. Like I slept 6 hours last night. I was up 4 times going to the bathroom, 5 times. I don't remember.
So-
It's just, it's. I can't get enough sleep, and because I haven't worked out like I am right now in a long time. Of course, you've got those aches and pains that come with it, and it gets a lot worse when
Oh,
you
the
get
check
older.
engine light starts coming on.
Man, that thing's on, flashing, and the bell's ringing right now.
Well, what I'm trying to do on that is I started jumping back into supplements, and I was when I first got here, and I'm in that 200-ish range. I was down to 195 for a while. I think if I had to guess now, I'm probably sitting between 205 and 210. So a little bit heavier than what I wanted to be. But I started doing the supplements and stuff like that, and the weight came off a little and then plateau, and I was dragging ass.
Right.
So I read what was on them. There were somewhere between 25 and 35 grams of carbs in a serving.
Yeah.
Do you know how many carbs a natural human diet takes in a day?
It's not many.
50 or less.
Yeah, it's not many.
So my goal is 0, and I'm hitting about 100. That's not cool.
Right.
So I'm just going to get rid of that, and I've been looking more into like the keto and carnivore. I'm not going to stick to any one of them because that's just a bunch of extra rules and
Right.
bullshit. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to cut the stuff where sugar comes in. Unfortunately, that's going to mean alcohol. So that also means no more bourbon, no more wine. If I'm doing that, that's the only carbs. But I'll tell you what, like one of the things I learned when I went back into working out to get rid of the pain, I would rather eat Spam for 4 days than go fast food for 1.
No, I agree with you. I used to love fast food, and I think that's one of those other things. As you get older, the fast food just doesn't work with your body all that well, and it's pretty obvious to tell that it doesn't work with your body when you see guys like me. I'm 6'1", and right now I'm going 260. That's about 40 pounds heavier than I want to be. So I've got some work to do. Fast food,
That's the devil.
if I ate fast food like some of these people do, I'd be 360.
Oh, yeah,
Because
this
it'll balloon you up quickly.
Well, what I found, like even if you don't even look at the weight, what I found is that if I eat if I ate the diet that we were taught to eat, my knees hurt, my elbows hurt, my
Yeah.
shoulders hurt, my back hurts, and I make old person noises when I get up or sit down. When I eat,
I make old person noises thinking about getting up.
I made jokes for a long time that I'll go to a fondue restaurant when they have bacon that I can dip in cheese. And if you actually go
That
and
sounds
look
good.
at it, if you look at the concept behind like your keto and your carnivore diets, especially keto, bacon dipped in cheese borders on health food.
It's on there
Yeah, it borders on a health food, literally.
because it is health food.
Add eggs to it,
the
you're
stuff,
there.
the stuff we were taught to eat, growing up,
It's
and everything,
garbage.
It's garbage, every bit of it.
Well,
like
it's-
meat, eat your meat. Potatoes are good for you too. You don't need a ton of them.
Yeah.
Like my weakness, I think I've said this before on here, is I love potato chips, and right now I've cut way back.
The
on my
bad
chips.
thing with the potato chips isn't the potato or the
It's
chip, it's the
everything that's in
seed
them.
oils that they cook them.
Yep.
Because like seed oils were used for industrial lubrication
Yep.
until they were too toxic to be around people.
Yep.
So we put them in our food now.
Exactly. And our country is one of the most unhealthiest. We're supposed to be so advanced, and we're supposed to have all these guidelines, regulations, and we're supposed to be taking care of ourselves. And we are one of the worst countries when it
Well,
comes to
because
health.
what it comes down to is we're trying to pay for everybody's health, so we have to have a baseline, and you cannot regulate success.
Right.
You can only regulate failure.
Well,
So we have to have everybody fail at the same level to take care of them. But it's one of those
Well-
things though. You can function in the matrix here, but you don't have to be of the matrix.
Right.
That's mine. Like if you're stuck going to a grocery store, first thing you want to do, month 1, stop walking down the inside aisles.
Oh
They are
yeah,
dead.
stay to the outside.
If it comes in a box, it's poison.
Yep. Stay
Number
to the outside.
Number two, before you start cursing cholesterol and believing what your doctor was trained to tell you, understand that your brain is made of cholesterol.
Mhm.
Let's take that number 1. Understand that there's no such thing as dementia in other advanced countries. There is
Right.
type 3 diabetes.
Diabetes.
Type 3 diabetes where it attacks your brain because of the lack of cholesterol.
Yep.
So throw all of that garbage out. Stop looking at the scale as your second part and your third part on that one. Get rid of the carbs.
And I've gotten rid of most of my carbs. I can't say that. Like man, right now, my diet is consisting of, and I've got myself limited to about 2,300 calories a day too. And that, you know, it's you'd be surprised. But you know, I think I'm supposed to have 150 to 180 grams of protein a day. I think it's hard to get that many grams.
Well,
of protein.
if you're in there getting the stuff we have available, of course it is.
But it comes down to meat, though. I'm eating meat all day long. Like, well, in the morning, I don't eat in the morning. I have a protein shake around 10. I don't like food in the mornings. I've never been a big morning person. Lunch, I'm having a pork chop, bacon, and grapes. You know, afternoon snack, I'm having a protein bar and like 4 Slim Jims with. That's about to change because I'm gonna replace those with a piece of chicken or something. I get home, I have 2 pieces of grilled chicken. We go work out. Get home, I'm having either steak or salmon, green beans or peas, and rice. And I'm getting plenty of food. I'm full off of most of it.
You know, what I started doing for the lunches, I get all of my vegetables in for lunch. But I do them raw. Broccoli, maybe some celery.
I can do celery.
You know, I'll do like the broccoli, celery, cauliflower, stuff like that. It's all better raw than cooked. I don't dip it in that junk, but you can find stuff that'll work. You know, carrots, cucumbers, whatever.
Right.
But I'm getting all of that for the antioxidants and stuff.
Yeah.
And then cottage cheese slices, and I don't buy cheese sticks or any of that because it's got all kind of powder on it. I just buy
Right.
block cheese, Swiss, a little bit of Colby Jack or cheddar maybe. Have some of that. I might bring like cold cuts or whatever if I have any left over, but usually no, because when I go home I make it fresh. But when I make like I did pan White Castles the other day,
Mm-hmm.
but like I did them carnivore style.
Right.
So I have this good lean ground beef. So you ever seen like people try to brown ground beef? They take a pound of it, they put it in a pan,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like they gray it. That's
Right.
prison food, man. Like if you made everything, if you take prisons, if I ever ran prisons, I'd paint everything gray. Even the food would be gray. Nobody would ever want to come back. Done. Problem solved. So you take this stuff and like I sliced it and I charred it up like a smash burger. Sliced it the long way and charred them as like two giant burger patties.
Right.
Both sides. Then I busted it up. And when it was cooking in that, like this ground beef is so lean, I had to have butter to it to get the onions to sweat down. Just put the chopped onion and sweat down, then mixed it with some fresh shredded cheese. And then, like, you know, you said you like potato chips.
Mhm.
So I made homemade potato chips.
Right. And that's
I took-
what I need to do.
I took potatoes, I sliced them really thin,
Right.
and then I threw them in a cast iron pan of like scalding hot butter. And when they went in there, I just tossed them with a mix of garlic, pepper, and salt. And I just served the White Castle mix over that. It was like a smash burger and fries.
Sounds
But it was a
pretty
half pound of beef on each plate,
good. Right.
and probably 3 big potatoes.
Yeah.
Good to
yeah.
go until lunch today.
Right. And you know, we're like, you know that I've had elk meat the last few
Oh,
months.
yeah.
I am down. We brought home a cooler full of elk. Okay. It's gone. I'm down to like 2 roasts. And we're hopefully end of next month, beginning of July, going to take a road trip, drive back out there, see my son and my daughter-in-law and the 2 grandsons, and
Oh yeah.
hopefully go get some more elk meat. So
Yeah,
But
that's the kind of stuff though. Like that's what you got to do to be motivated. The other one, like you know, for a little bit of a hobby, start smoking some meat yourself. Learn to make biltong.
make what?
Biltong. So, if you've ever seen, like, I guess the closest thing I can compare it to is like that caprese ham, whatever you call that, the slices of the smoked cured meat.
Okay.
Imagine doing that with beef, and that's biltong.
Okay.
Don't, if you're going to buy some, the only place that I think Boyke's is okay, but it's super expensive for almost nothing. There's another place, it's called Anton's Land of Biltong, or Biltong USA, I think is his website. This guy is from South Africa. He moved to the U.S. Right before COVID. He opened a restaurant. And he got shut down. Yep. Social distancing, all that.
Mhm.
So rather than give up, he doubled down on biltong because he makes a really good biltong and he can ship it anywhere.
Gotcha.
You can buy other stuff off that site too, but go check it out. Get the biltong, and he's got these things called sticks, S-T-I-X. That's the burnt ends from the biltong.
Mhm.
You get that stuff and you cut it up, cut it into little tiny pieces, and you think of it like beer nuts.
Yeah.
You'll go nuts.
Mm.
And you're welcome, and I'm sorry because you're about to start sending this guy a lot of money. Like I have
I don't know.
blocked,
If I can do it myself, I'll do it. I love
well, I
smoking.
blocked that website because I spend too much money if I look at it. It's blocked on my computer at home.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anton. If you ever listen, sorry.
I like.
Your product is just too good.
No, I like smoking meat.
No, and if you like unusual sausages and stuff like this one, like guys, if you take nothing else from this, check some of these sites out.
Yeah.
We don't have sponsors, so if we
We don't.
say these, like we mean this.
Right. And I don't know. Maybe one day we'll have some sponsors. Hopefully, it's sponsors that we actually do like. You know,
Oh, I
'cause
would-
don't-
I will
don't
never
wanna
show
pimp
something I don't
that
use.
Yeah, I don't want to pimp something I don't like.
No,
so.
I was actually asked if I would endorse a show once, back when I was doing trainings. I'm like, no, I will not because I've never listened to it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get through 2 minutes of it.
Yeah. So what's the update on the new podcast you were talking about last time? This is just real quick because
Yeah.
it's time to go.
Yeah,
you know.
if I were to fire that off, I've worked a little bit of it out, and I looked at it and I'm kind of thinking about it, like it's a bit too aggressive, I think.
The motorcycle one.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too aggressive. Like there's enough aggression out there, and I don't know. Seems like it'd be a lot of energy with the whole interaction online. Because like honestly, I gotta tell you, like I'm not that into like the whole bro culture thing, and there's a lot of real gatekeepy people out there.
There is. I still think it'd be worth doing.
Well,
And if
I
people want
did,
to comment and they want to get pissy, just who cares? I
Oh
mean, you
yeah,
don't have
well
to
it's like I'm
answer.
Gen X. That's what you're gonna
Yeah.
get. But I mean, like I actually was running a pilot past a couple of people. You would not believe the hate that these guys that would come out of this. They're pretty smart folks. My idea was, instead of doing like a shop class thing where everybody shows like how to rebuild this, that, or the other,
Right.
let's take a beautiful bike and chop it into pieces.
Right.
You know, instead of something like that, I was going to do just setting up your rider triangle. How to set up a rider triangle. It's something that motorcycle shops used to do for you, even when you bought a used bike. It's a lost art now.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned how you adjust the handlebars and where you're supposed to put them, right? And these guys actually are like, oh no, look, we did this once, and this guy showed me 9 pages of hate because he didn't agree with the kind of bars to go on a bike. I'm just like, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm working on a voice for like what it would be. I think if I do one though, I don't think I want to do it on anything to do with working on them. Speak to the culture.
Yeah.
There is no, like, if you look at motorcycle culture now, we might get some clickbait and some fire on this one if you want. When you look at motorcycle culture, it's very divisive right now. There's good, solid corporate stuff that comes out that's just impartial reviews of all kinds of motorcycles. Think high side, low
Right.
side. Then you got like a cool vintage garage hangout vibe. These guys are like motorcycles and misfits. Then you got your go fast guys. I lovingly call them squids because we've been go fast guys and we all know what a squid is.
Yeah.
And we've all been the squid.
Yeah.
We all have an inner squid. We love the squid, but there's a lot of information out there for them. And then you got like, and this is what I find just, you got cringy, middle-aged cosplay bullcrap.
Yeah.
And that's the most gatekeepy crap on the internet.
It is. It is. I think it's, I'm not here to judge those guys because it could be very easy to be that guy in anything.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to be riding the motorcycle.
Well, I'm a little
but-
judgy on what I just said.
We're all judgy. Listen,
Yep.
we are. But what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to be too judgy when it comes to that because we could all be that person with any subject.
yeah.
Like I'm that person with Yeti.
Oh yeah, but that's funny.
You know what I mean?
That's funny. You're not stopping other people from buying Stanley.
Well, I mean, if I can. I mean, I saw my wife. She's got a collection of these Stanleys, and I saw a reel, I guess what they call it on Facebook,
Yeah.
whatever. And the guy was like, when my wife, goes anywhere, and he walks out, he's got his tank top on, his sunglasses, and he's got his purse, and for the Stanley, he's got a big ass garbage can thrown over his back. So I call my wife Stanley, I call them garbage cans now. So I was like, you got your garbage can? So
That's fun, though.
it is.
But like, what I mean, like the cringe, I want you to imagine this. Let's say that you went in to go get a cup of coffee,
Mhm.
and you went into your favorite coffee shop, and you go in there
I would
dressed
have
like
to
you are
coffee,
now.
but I got you.
Okay, well, or you go into your favorite beverage. You go in to go pick it up, whatever that might be, and you walk in, and all you want is that beverage.
Yeah.
So you go in there, and all of a sudden, everybody in there, instead of having Yetis to fill up, they've got Gettys. It's got Getty Lee's face on it, right?
Yeah.
So they have Gettys. And if you don't have a Getty, man, you're getting a side eye. And then they want to know your pedigree. They want to know, well, who made that cup? Where did it get sold by? Are you sure that's not influenced by somebody else?
Yeah.
What are you going to put in it? Is it going to be the right temperature? Did you say hi to the right person? Like, can you imagine? That's like that. Like, you're getting right back into motorcycling. And one of the first things you probably did is you looked up a few bikes, and you probably looked up a few shows. And what you're getting, you got some young guy, having the time of his life. But this guy's doing headstands on a Gixxer 600, 90
Right.
miles an hour down the interstate doing a wheelie.
Yeah.
He's badass. He's crazy. He's going to hurt somebody or himself. And I hope to God that was Photoshop.
Yeah.
But you got that. You got Spurge. You got Spurgeon Dunbar and Zach Quartz. That, good Lord, these guys are walking encyclopedias of awesome information. But they work for a giant company. They have to be nice to everybody.
Right.
It's very dry that way. Or you get, I'm not going to name drop the other one, so I'm not going to give them any credit. You got some guy on there that he's giving a 30-minute tirade about the disrespect of not being waved at by the guy on the moped. He used the wrong wave, and we got to stop this. It's disrespectful. And it's going to end the world, and it's everything's life or death. And I started looking at it. When I saw that, I'm like, can I ride?
Hey, that's the world we live in, though.
Well, maybe we should do that.
Man, we can go full send on it.
We-
You're never supposed to go full send, but
Well,
we can go full
you know,
send.
if we do that, we're going to come out with slash tires because we're going to piss everybody off.
Well.
Except maybe the squids. I think the squids will like us. They might tolerate our. And let's call a spade here.
Right.
They might tolerate our heavy, slow bikes because we're saying some funny crap.
Hey,
The best friends will be the squids.
yes. And there's a lot of them, so
Oh yeah. You know what? Honestly, if you
strength
ever-
in numbers.
you've ridden with them.
Oh yeah.
They're a blast.
Yeah.
You know, they're like adventure dads before they get their common sense.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
I love you guys. I'm not knocking you. You're awesome.
I agree. So, well, hey man, let's just call it a day with that. shall
Yeah, I
we?
think so. I think we stepped on enough toes.
I mean, do you ever step on enough, really?
Well, next time we can talk about tool brands.
Yes.
Harbor Freight versus Snap-on.
Yes.
Let's pull that one off.
I'll go with Harbor Freight all day long.
I'll go with whichever one's in my toolbox.
This is true. Well, yeah, this is true.
I'll
Whenever
never
I get
turn
my
I'll
hands
never
on it.
turn down Snap-on, but one of the things they did is I went to buy a Snap-on ratchet. I failed the physical. They don't think that I'm going to live long enough to pay it off, and apparently the payment plan lasts
Yeah.
175 years.
Yes, this is
My
true.
kid wouldn't co-sign.
Right. Oh, well. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, and
all 2 or 3 of you, maybe.
if we stepped on your toes about Snap-on, co-sign for me.
Yeah. I mean, he's willing to go your route. You're just gonna have to.
Yeah,
Approve
they
it.
told me my 21-year-old kid was too old to pay off the debt.
Yeah, he'll never see the end of it. You gotta start talking to grandchildren at this point in time.
That's right. They're not old enough to sign
Right.
that. It's a
Right.
conundrum, man.
So, but
Struggle's real, guys.
yeah. Anyways, call it a day.
Yeah,
Have a good week.
We'll see you next week.
weekend. What you got any plans this weekend?
Grilling and really like where we live, the weather doesn't even have a plan yet this
No,
weekend. We don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're driving or swimming.
Yeah, this is true. I know Friday and Saturday is busy for me.
Well, you're going to end up driving up to Indiana with the truck, and you're going to end up pulling the truck back with the boat with the way the rain's supposed to come
The
in.
boat's already here.
Oh, you really hose then.
I've had the boat for a year and a half.
No, so you're gonna have some sort of boat to pull yourself back to Indiana if it rains the way we said we're gonna get.
Yeah, this is true. Well,
And it'll probably be the sunniest Memorial Day on record.
it probably will be. It probably will be. So, anyways, thanks for joining. See you next week, and
Yeah.
give the thumbs up, share, like, all the things.
Or just tell us we're doing a terrible job so we know, and then
Yeah.
you
you can tell us to stop.
if you got some awful comment, we'll take the worst one, we'll pin it to the top.
Yeah, it's whatever.
We'll come up with a T-shirt saying it might be just Sharpie marker on a white shirt. We'll send you something.
Yeah, we might put your comment on the white T-shirt and wear those. That'd be something. So,
Best roast.
yeah. Anyways, till next time. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great week. Who am I?